that India needs both development and environment. There are methods and tools available for environment-friendly development activities. For evaluating a project, any view that is extreme and one-sided may trigger larger damage than the issues under consideration. We are also witness to scenarios and events where expert views are attempted to be managed and short-circuited by resorting to various deviant tricks. Hopefully, COVID alarm bells are enough to deter us from these kinds of manipulative motions. Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra argued for scientific agriculture and local expertise. He visualized a role called village professor who guide local people with expertise pertaining to all local initiatives and crafts leading to people's welfare. The concept of village professor embodies traditional relationship with innovation-based modern knowledge. This will take away evils of current play of politics and bureaucracy. Sri Thakur also wanted every household to have cottage industries where ladies of the households will also engage themselves in productive activities together with their male counterparts. Sri Thakur also wanted laboratories to study local conditions and come out with most appropriate cultivation methods, seeds, soil, manure, and various other applications. Small industries, efficient technologies, appropriate supply chain, and marketing network will spur productivity and will enhance profitability. This model, when replicated across the regions and country, will make foreign Walmart model of retailing superfluous in India. The crux is involvement of local people, local finance, and local expertise. Third pillar of new paradigm of development is mobilization of local finance. Sri Thakur has formulated a scheme, and there are millions of practitioners of that today in the country, which is called Swasthayini Vrat. This is a unique practice that makes every practitioner a productive agent in the society. This also has a small saving scheme, which is a kind of voluntary saving done every day, and the fund is cumulatively available for productive investment in the family. There is also provision that the individual fund can be pooled together and productive assets can be developed on joint ownership basis. Essentially, it is a saving and investment scheme which can be applied to any business, including banking business. This scheme makes resources available for investment from the local community. Fourth pillar of new development paradigm is to build hereditary expertise in the affairs of occupation, including artisanship, craftsmanship, and trade. It is based on premise that genetic expertise provide irreplaceable human resources. Those hereditary traits begets skill refined through generations and provide head start to the upcoming workforce in the family. The culture of hereditary occupation as being practiced in varnashrama based social system is not to be considered as pool of stagnation. There are many cases where this kind of skill and occupation system has adopted technology and marketing tools and have proved to be world class in quality and scale. Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra wanted to rinse and renovate the traditional varnashrama system. In a country like India, with large population and diverse requirements, the hereditary occupation system goes well with all new channels of value creation and services. For a child in the family, the hereditary occupation provides a school for learning and first opportunity of occupation. Nothing prevents a skilled child to migrate and adopt any other better occupation with higher fulfillment. Any social and economic system provide graded opportunities to fulfill diverse talents and to meet diverse requirements of goods and services. Hereditary occupation like farming and food processing, craftsmanship of various types including apparels, gems and jewelries, animal husbandry, cottage industries, carpentry, stone crafting, hospitality services and so on has immense avenues for furthering artistic and creative talents to absorb and let them prosper. However, those ventures constitute only a segment of huge other opportunities coming in sunrise sectors. Sri Thakur always wanted to see innovation, creativity and need fulfillment in very sensitive and nuanced way. All these lead to technological advancement and better services. Fifth point, it is to be understood that well-being of people is the objective of economic development, and economic development is the means to achieve the well-being of people. With that in view, overarching priority is to be accorded to public health, sanitation, primary education, facilities and infrastructure for connectivity and mobility. Here again, emphasis of mass well-being is a known development priority, but it has been subjected to debate on alternative development philosophies like capitalism versus socialism, consumer choice versus prescriptive diet, egalitarianism versus hierarchical order and so on. Sri Thakur never allowed to break even a twig and a branch of any tree in the vicinity. There is a narration in the book written by Jairam Fakir that Sri Thakur advised him to build a house in Himayatpur for birds. He even provided a visual sketch of that house which will be suiting birds' habitation. At a deeper level, it is to be understood that India needs both development and environment. There are methods and tools available for environment-friendly development activities. For evaluating a project, any view that is extreme and one-sided may trigger larger damage than the issues under consideration. In situations of dilemma and conflict, expert view is to be given precedence over partisan views. we are also witness to scenarios and events where expert views are attempted to be managed and short-circuited by resorting to various deviant tricks. Hopefully, COVID alarm bells are enough to deter us from these kinds of manipulative motions. The second pillar, which comes as development priorities, is promotion of agriculture and agro industries. This premise again does not come with any surprise, as it is well known and well publicized. What would assume importance in coming time is that agriculture must be done on scientific basis and agro industries have to proliferate in every village. Both the above points are being progressed today by plethora of government initiatives and being financed by various schemes. What is lacking today is local leadership and expertise to really take benefit of the schemes. Wherever local leadership and expertise have supported these two movements, we have seen wonders.
আপনাদের কাছে একটা অনুরোধ, এই ভিডিওটা আপনাদের কেমন লাগলো বা আপনাদের যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে এই ভিডিওর বিষয়ের উপরে, তাহলে আপনারা নিচে কমেন্ট করবেন। যদি ভালো লাগে অবশ্যই একটা লাইক দিয়ে দেবেন। আর এই ধরনের ভিডিও কন্টিনিউয়াসলি পেতে আপনারা অবশ্যই ধর্মকথা চ্যানেল সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন। নমস্কার।